Hi all, Kitamari here. This is Save the Villainess. So I was informed to turn off the music because it's just as a creator, it's safer to do that for this particular game. I also have it on detective mode. I think I have it on detective mode. I like the idea of detective mode already. I don't know what it does, but anyway, this is a demo, Save the Villainess. I've been looking forward to this for, I want to say, close to a year. Close to a year. Oh, the art style is so pretty. This is an Otome game, by the way. Kind of a dark fantasy romance Otome game. Really, really interesting plot, which we'll get into it. Well, I won't talk too much about it initially. We're going in blind, and I'll do some narration because there's no voice acting. Not yet, anyway. This is just my, for fun, hobby, narration. So, as we're starting, right, we get some choices that we can make. Shall we begin? So I don't have the cursor showing because I thought it might interfere with the visual, since this is going to be kind of visuals heavy visual novel. But yeah, I'm picking summer for my season of birth. There's a beautiful cursor, by the way. And so you were birthed in summer. It is a beautiful season for bones to dry. Regardless of your unfortunate birth, we must move onwards. What is that? Do you feel that something is lacking? You would like some way to make this more about you? Very well, your tastes are the highest priority. What is your food of choice? Pudding. So pudding is the default. Pudding is the default. I'm going to say bread. Bread is my favorite. Full of mold that is left to sit and grow. Then run through flame and heat to conceal its vile origins. My, you will be entertaining. You have exquisite taste in your mouth anyway. I was not expecting this. Were you expecting more questions? More focus on your desires? That time has passed. After all, yours is not the only story. Not the only story. The only story. Your story. Yeah. Chapter 1. Wheel of Fortune. Oh my goodness. The purpose of existence is that one should become conscious. I wonder if I can move this wheel over here. Nope. The wheels have fallen. Ooh, which one am I picking? Can you guess? Yeah, of course. Shannon would say, of course. She's a close friend, bestie. What would you wish the world to be shaped by? Collaboration or justice? Justice is relative. I'm going with collaboration. So you wish to work by consensus. Take care which voices you value and which you ignore. I'll choose our silver-haired friend here. He probably has my favorite of the character designs, actually. What do you do when faced with a challenging problem? Follow the rules or create your own path? You know what? I probably follow the rules, but I'm going to go with create your own path. There are more ways to solve a problem if you have no restrictions. If you do not mind what other problems are created along the way. Well, he's the hermit. Wonder how many characters are going to be in this game. It's exciting trying a new title, especially one I've waited for a while. Which is more important to you? Oh, he's cute too. Both of them. They're both equally important. I'm going to close my eyes and pick one. Loving and respecting yourself can help you overcome many trials. Are you willing to extend that love and respect to others as well? Of course. Some important personal questions before we begin this story. Save the Villainess. It's the name of this game. This is the demo, by the way. I'm not sure if some things may change in the final version. Where am I? Who am I? And why am I in a strangely moving carriage? A strangely moving carriage with comfortable seat cushions. Very comfortable seat cushions. I almost feel as though this carriage is resting on elephants. Elephants atop an even bigger tortoise as it slowly swims through space. No, I will not be distracted. Why do I not remember anything? After all, while I know that I sleep soundly, this entire situation is very strange. Hold on, I do remember something. I know that I sleep soundly. Unfortunately, that is not exactly the most useful knowledge to remember. Perhaps I can recall something else if I think deeply. What else do I remember? I know that I can catch feet fish with my amazing dancing skills, but this fact is not going to be useful to me right now. I have more immediately important things I need to remember. For one, what kind of person was I? Why am I traveling somewhere in a slow-moving carriage on lush, comfortable, yet oddly ominous cushions? And why is my neck so sore? If I reach up to touch it... Well, now I have another question. Why is my hand covered in blood when I touch my neck? Is someone trying to kill me right now? Are these incredibly large cushions murder weapons? Why do I know how to murder someone with a cushion? I have to calm down. If I'm going to survive and determine what is happening, I have to be serene. Which is hard to do when my neck is covered in blood. Serene. Think serene thoughts. At least my head is still attached to my strangely sore neck. Because apparently I know what it would be like to have my head not be attached to my neck. This is not helping my serenity. Serene. I am serene. I have a head. I have a neck. They are delightfully connected. I have to keep my head. Losing my head would be fatal, figuratively and literally. I am vulnerable, injured, and cannot remember anything remotely useful. I need to find some information that can help me. Even if this carriage is moving very strangely, something has to be making it move. I can hear the horses pulling it, and if horses are pulling it, someone must be guiding them. So if I yell out the window... That is odd. The window does not appear to open. Perhaps if I yell loudly, the driver will hear me. Hello, Mr. Carriage Driver. Could you please tell me where we are going? He's not answering me. Well, if the driver's not doing his job properly, I suppose he would choose not to answer me. So I have realized with my extensive memory of about 10 minutes, if you want to get something done, do it yourself. So what should I investigate first? Ooh. Oh, you again. So you need a little additional assistance? One might even say help? As always, I live to serve for certain definitions of serve and live. Capturing Hearts, a guide. The Villainess Survival Guide, an instruction manual. It looks dangerous. Seems like a dangerous instructional manual. Where are we? We have traveled to a distant dimension. The Villainess Survival Guide. Congratulations, you have found yourself in possession of one villainess. In order to help your villainess succeed, you will need to know the following information. So, night, day, strange time, love, raise or lower love, deduction, correct or failed choice, tips and tricks. The moon represents nighttime. It is harder to see in the nighttime. Also, people are more likely to try to murder you. On the positive side, at least your terrifying nightmares and heartfelt conversations with potential murderers might be useful. Number 2, the sun represents daytime. Many clues are easier to find if there is light and people are awake to speak with you. Not all clues are helpful. Not all people tell the truth. The narrator will not be responsible for any injury, irritation, emotional complications, or prolonged rashes that result from gathering clues. Number 3, the combination of the sun and moon represents an unusual time. Sometimes one's villainess might encounter a time that is neither night nor day. Strange things might happen when time is no longer in effect. Stranger than taking advice from a talking book, you be the judge. Symbols to guide your choices. The heart represents a love choice. One cannot buy love, but one can decide whether they wish to gain love or to lose it. Do you want romance for your villainess? Do you want something else? Should you care more about impending murder than manipulating emotions? Number 5, the red hearts represent an affection-raising choice. Is your dream to find love? When a love choice is made and you see red hearts rise into the air, love is being increased. Truly, love is all you need. So long as you do not care about pesky details like staying alive. Number 6, the black heart represents an affection-lowering choice. Do you hate romance? When a love choice is made and you see a black heart break and fall, love is being decreased. There are few things more satisfying than reveling in others' misery. Let them eat little cakes. Number 7, the magnifier represents a deductive choice. Do you like solving mysteries? Whether you do or not, you must to survive. If you make incorrect deductive choices, your villainess will face a terrifying ending. But perhaps there are things you can only learn when all hope is lost. Number 8, the purple butterfly represents a correct deduction choice. Do you like being right? When a deduction choice is made and you see a purple butterfly fly upwards, you made a correct deduction. You can then bask in smug satisfaction until the next murder attempt. This is definitely the game for me. I mean, I played Finding Cinderella. This seems like an Otome version of that. The red butterfly represents a deduction choice. Do you enjoy failure? When a deduction choice is made and you see a red butterfly fly downwards, you made a deduction that will lead to failure. Now that I think about it, red butterflies like this shade of red, I've never seen in a game, I think. However, some failed deductions will have unusual consequences if you do not mind the risk of death. 1111. Should you wish to receive fewer direct clues from me and no longer see hearts or butterflies after your choices, you can choose to act as a detective rather than view this as a story. You can make this transformation within settings. Oh, so that's what that detective mode means. I wasn't certain. I kind of like the idea of actually being able to see what effect my actions are going to have, so I may turn that off. Not certain yet. If you have previously visited, you also have the control to skip through this tale. Yep. Okay, so there's a skip mode. That's cool. I hope my service is as subtle as you are. There may be other hints and tricks for you to discover, but only if you find a way to save the villainess. There is our guide. How helpful. I am ready. Save the villainess. All right, let's exit it. Should you wish to revisit my assistance or read further notes of use, you may seek me at any time at the sign of the butterfly. Solve the mystery. Write the story. Save the villainess. So that is our rousing introduction. We're going to get into into things now. Back to the carriage, I presume. Wait, do you believe you already know it all? Yes, I do not need guidance. Let us hope for your own sake that you are as knowledgeable as you believe you are. So what should I investigate first? Oh, I can look around. No, look at the moon. So what should I investigate first? Oh, okay. Oh, I like that it pops up, so... Okay, let's see here. So I can look at the cushions. These cushions must hide secrets. Not really. Have I really looked at my hands? My clothes might have pockets. Are my body parts still attached? Maybe looking outside would be helpful. I'm gonna look outside. Look at the moon. It's so big. The biggest, cheesiest moon. Unfettered cheese. Surely I can learn something useful from where we are traveling. So let us see what the curtains are hiding. It's just woods. I like how she arches her brow like that. I guess we'll just look out here. Opening the curtain and staring out the side window was not the most useful idea. My most useful idea. There are many trees, but even with those strange flickering lights, it is too foggy and dark to see much of anything else, including the front of the carriage. Someone must be driving me, but there is something very strange about the way we are moving. The carriage is moving so slowly that I cannot feel the ground moving beneath us. It almost feels as if we are going back and forth in the same place. The driver has also never spoken to me, even when I yelled to get his attention. Should I be concerned? I am concerned that I did not hire this driver. Why care? Let workers do their job in peace. Well, I did not hire this driver. I don't even know what's going on. I don't know who has brought me here. As beautiful as this carriage is, it obviously belongs to someone with a lot of money. I do not seem like the kind of person who would own this carriage, and the driver is not treating me as if I am paying his wages. Servants listen to the person who is paying them. If the driver is not listening to me, gosh, this is a giant carriage. He might not have my best interests in mind. So what should I investigate? Let's leave. Oh wait, my clothing might have pockets. Can we leave? No. I'm gonna check about my pockets. Well, I will definitely not be able to find anything in my pockets. There are no pockets. Makeshift pocket. Because I do not appear to have pockets. Unfortunately, this dress is even more mysterious than the lack of pockets. Why is someone riding in a beautiful carriage wearing something like this? The biggest mystery is, how did I not become naked trying to walk in this outfit? How are these rags staying on my body? Still, I need to solve my immediate problem. Why am I riding in this fancy carriage while wearing this dissolving outfit? This dress looks like something that has survived numerous attempts to destroy it, and then was used to birth several puppies. Hungry puppies. My head also hurts. Was I in this dress while it was attacked by hungry puppies? Was that something from one of the books I used to read? So apparently I read. That is probably useful to know. In fact, this dress looks like something a beggar from a book would wear. But when I look closer, this dress appears to have once been very beautiful. This was not cheaply made. This dress also appears to have been damaged not just by wear, but by force. The dress and I have also not been washed for weeks based on the overwhelming smell. So we were kidnapped and kept somewhere in our mind. If I am in this fancy carriage, why could I not change out of this ragged dress? What happened to me? Ooh, we're moving a bit. Let me check the settings real quick. I know that, I don't know if it's obvious that, let's see. Well, I don't really see too much in here. I'm going to put it on story mode, actually, because I do want to see what an effect things have. I also want to make sure I save, just to always be safe. Exhibit can be created. All right. So there are no options as far as the graphic settings. I know that things are a little choppy a little bit, but it's okay. I mean, I hope it's okay. I could not change because I was a prisoner. I could not change because I was poor. I would think prisoner simply because how did she even get into this outfit and why does she not remember anything? So... Based on the original quality of the dress, this was not made for someone who was poor. This was a dress made for a wealthy woman. Why is it in such terrible condition? Was I kept in a place where I could not clean myself or change into something else? A place like a prison? I certainly feel tired and hurt enough to have been imprisoned. Hopefully, I am not being moved from one prison to another. Even more importantly, I hope that wherever this carriage is going, they will allow me to wash myself in my dress. Although I am not sure either of us will survive water at this point. So what should I investigate? Well, what else is there? The cushions must hide secrets. About, have I really looked at my hands? I know I was injured earlier and had blood on both my right hand and my neck. Perhaps I can learn more by looking closely at my hands. My head also feels like it was split in two, and I want to know why. A good place to start would be for me to find the source of the blood that was on my hands when I touched my head and neck. So, let me see if my right hand has any clues for me. This does not make any sense. There was blood on my hand. I know there was. Oh. I just need to touch my neck again. So is she immortal then? She is an immortal villainess. This is bizarre. Not only is the blood without a source, there no longer seems to be any blood at all. I cannot feel any injuries. I cannot even detect any bandages or stitches to stop the bleeding I felt. Even the blood that was there earlier is gone now. My hand and neck are completely clean. Even if I could heal in minutes, the blood on top of the wound should still be there. I do not understand what is happening, but I do have another hand. Perhaps that hand will not betray me. So what does my left hand have to offer? Well, this hand has no blood on it, imaginary or otherwise. I have neither calluses nor scarring. I have also never dug dirt with these nails. These are not the hands of someone who spent a lot of time using them for anything other than gesturing. I feel as if whoever I am liked crooking fingers at people. The finger crooking muscle is well developed. But why is there a faded circle around the bottom of my fourth finger? I hurt my hand and the scar faded. I had recently removed a long, worn ring. I'm going to go with that one. I had recently removed a long, worn ring. Why would I have a ring mark on the fourth finger of my left hand unless... Was I engaged? Married? Unless this is the plot of a very naughty book, I am sure that a lover would not have me tossed half naked and injured into a carriage by myself. At the very least, one would think I would still have a ring or some sign of their support. I am deeply afraid that my taste in lovers was very much like the state of my body right now. They both stink. So what should I investigate? I guess we'll look at the cushions. They are very secretive cushions. Cushions cannot be this beautiful and this terrifying without having secrets hidden in them. Yeah. We'll look in the cushions. Or find an item or something. I will find everything you are hiding from me, even if I have to rip you apart by hand. And there's a spiral, indicating time passing, perhaps. Ooh. Determination. What what are we doing? Attack. Attack my finger minions. Go and Push, push. Get in that cushion. The cushions are unmoved. This is a life sim. I'm gonna attack again. Attack! Attack, my fingers. The cushions loom ominously. I don't know what's happening. This is funny, though. This game is goofy. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. I thought it might have frozen, but it's good. You know what? We're gonna attack again. I might wait on the next one, though. The cushions are too ominous. Defeated. Who was defeated? Me or the cushions? My fingers? What? These cushions are both beautiful and made of material much stronger than me. I can relate to that. I have been defeated by cushions. Perhaps there is something I can learn from this experience. These cushions must be wildly expensive, like this carriage. Its ornaments contain enough gold to fund a small nation. Whoever I am, I know when something is expensive, even though based on my condition, I am not an expensive person. Therefore, this is not my beautiful carriage. This is not my beautiful ride. Are we locked in, I wonder? This carriage belongs to a wealthy owner, someone I do not remember taking me to a place I do not know. Yet why would this owner of this expensive carriage want to provide comfort to me? The cushions are a trap. I am being taken from where I was harmed. Well, let's be hopeful. I'm being taken from where I was harmed, but I'm pretty sure the cushions are a trap. I can see them grinning from behind her, evilly. I was injured, ragged, and about one gust of wind from being blown away into the sky before getting on this carriage. I was not well enough to sneak onto this carriage, and I could not have gotten in here by accident. Another reason that I could not have sneaked into this carriage is that even though the driver does not seem to care about me, he must know I am here. I even called out to him. That means that someone has deliberately placed me in this carriage and on these cushions. Maybe the cushions are the true villain. This means that someone removed me from the place where I had been harmed to put me on these terrifyingly comfortable cushions, even though I look and feel as ragged as my dress. The person who brought me here, my patron, did not treat my injuries or provide me with new clothes or a bath, but perhaps they thought the cushions would cure me? Would anyone notice if I took the cushions with me when I left? They're the only support I have right now. So what should I investigate? I don't know, I feel like if I were her, I'd try to get out of here, right? I'd try to get out of here. Are my body parts still attached? Well, when I investigate my body, my feet hurt enough for me to wonder whether or not they are still attached. The good news is that my feet are still attached to the rest of my body. The bad news is that there is definitely a reason for my feet to be hurting. Ooh? Ooh, what happened to us? What became of us? I hate disrespecting the ominous cushions, but this is the only place with enough light to see my feet. Unfortunately, not only are my feet filthy, there is a strange and consistent bruising around my ankles. The bruises hurt and seem to be recent based on the colors. How did I get a ring of bruises around my ankles? Never put your feet inside a bear trap. Something was attached to my feet. Something was attached to my feet. I like that first one, though. That a nice flippant answer. I should have picked the first one. It's more my style. No matter how hard I grip my ankles, I could not possibly create this kind of damage. This looks like something was attached to my ankles. something that was heavy and hard enough to badly bruise them. Was I shackled? What happened to me? More importantly, how did someone with heavy shackles on their ankles manage to get out of those shackles? So what would be the one job I could have that would allow me to be in and out of shackles regularly? If I am a failed magician, I'm going to be very angry. So what should I investigate? Ooh, we can finally take a look-see at the door. No more investigation. It's time to deduce. I have realized... No more choices for you. I have learned my lesson. Left to your own devices, you will choose to fight cushions. I must find a way to convince you to make better choices. I am in serious danger. I have no idea why this is happening. Do you understand what this is? No, not the concept of not knowing what you are doing. Do you understand what this is? This is a lock. L-O-C-K. What does a lock do? Yes, it locks. In this case, one of your options is locked. Because of your previous terrible choices, the path that would proceed to a better future is closed to you. Should you make clever choices, or rather, if the villainess makes clever choices, a better path will be unlocked and available. Wait, do not... At least I didn't choose the bear trap one. Wait, do not be too eager to ignore the path that will end in failure. In a world of many possibilities, there are some things you can only learn when all hope is lost. Will you lock yourself to the story you most want to hear? Or can you open yourself to the truth? I have realized... I am in serious danger. While I might not remember my name, I certainly remember power. Unfortunately, I also know that I currently have none. I was injured and imprisoned, lost a long-term engagement or marriage, and am currently traveling to an unknown location surrounded by ominously comfortable cushions. However, this is not how I always lived. I was obviously once wealthy. My clothes are only still attached to my body because they were made of fine, expensive material. How else could they survive both prison and hungry puppies? On the literal other hand, my poor fingers have obviously never faced a choice more serious than which servant to crook my pointer finger at before I wound up here. Oh, that's right. Her fingers are kind of the ultimate indication of her lifestyle. So how did I go from luxury to misery to this beautiful carriage? After using my investigative genius, I can safely say it is because I used to be someone with wealth and spectacular taste in lace. Yet I was somehow imprisoned by powerful enemies, possibly because they were offended by my sense of style. However, someone with even more power and a greater respect for lacework rescued me out of prison and placed me in their expensive carriage. This is information I can use to survive. Or at least I could use this information if I was not trapped on a carriage ride to nowhere with a driver who refuses to speak to me. I just need a moment to think. Oh, art style change. What is this? A different art style here. It's a butterfly. Multiple art styles. That's kind of cool. Could have sworn I saw a light in the window. Am I imagining things? For a moment I felt more real and less like a creature lost in a strange dream. More importantly, was that light someone coming to meet the carriage? That gives me an idea. I know that the patron who pulled me out of prison had the power to rescue me and put me in this gold-lined carriage. This means my patron must have both money and political power. If only I could borrow some of my patron's power, a power that people obviously respect. Is the carriage stopping? I have a bad feeling about what the driver is planning to do by stopping in the middle of nowhere with no destination in sight. I have no way to protect myself with my dissolving dress and unmovable yet ominous cushions, so I will have to find some other kind of power. With apologies to the revolution, I am going to use the most ancient path to power, name-dropping the most powerful person I know. Thank goodness you are here, Mr. Driver. I'm glad you came to speak to me about speeding up the pace of our journey. After all, when I look out the window, I can see the light of my patron ahead. My patron is obviously impatient with how slowly we are traveling. At this rate, my patron will be here before you can even reach the front of the carriage again, and that would be unfortunate for you. After all, while I support the rights of workers to have needed rests, not all powerful people are so understanding. If my patron is already coming out to meet us, they might be... Oh gosh, what was that? Oh, this is a good opportunity for us to try history. Let's see how the history tab works. Okay, if my patron is already coming out to meet us, they might be concerned at the delay. Still, no matter what consequences you face for your bravery, I will support you. So, history, if you're unfamiliar with visual novels, there's always usually a backlog of sorts to see the text if you skip on accident, or if you want to read what you just already read. Okay. I will still be there for the revolution, comrade. Power to the workers who make the country and this carriage run. Did it work? I mean, the door is open. Oh, now the door is closed. Did it work? The door was open for a bit. I was stupid. I should have gone. I wonder if I could have clicked on the door at that time. Now she's trapped for life in this carriage. I knew name-dropping the owner of the carriage was the way to survive. The rights of the working class are very important, but sometimes you need to have the power to purchase large carriages to make things happen. Finally, I'm getting somewhere. Perhaps this time I shall even remain conscious. The purpose of existence is that one should become conscious. Chapter 2. The Tower. I wonder if, when the door was open, if I could have quickly gone and clicked it, but instead now I am going to the tower. There is no coming to consciousness without pain. Carl Jung. The tower. Tower is... It's with the tower. We're being sent there, though. Romance. Love. Betrayal. Happily ever after. Wonder if this is the opening sequence, and it would have music if I had it turned on, but... Villainess. There are so many stories that can take you on journeys to your dreams and nightmares. You imagined yourself the heroine in every one of them. Do you remember? Do you remember your sanctuary from a cruel and unforgiving world? Do you remember the hours spent reading until your eyes were so dry you could no longer weep? So many charming stories featuring swooning sweethearts who could overcome all obstacles to their love. You have spent countless hours with perfect princes, icy northern dukes, and charming childhood friends. But it is easy enough to leave a story hanging. Can you do the same with your own life? Can you walk away when you are trapped in the story? You may not have realized, but you are trapped in a tale you once knew well, with the power to write your own story. What would you want for yourself? Power, love, or something else entirely? You are alone and do not know who or what you can trust. Do you seek to keep that isolation, or will you take the risk to reach out? Above all else, a single wrong choice, a moment of inappropriate hesitation, and you will not live to leave this cursed story. If you would protest that sweet stories should not have such danger, remember that not everyone in such tales can be loved by the creators. In the magic of storytelling, for the heroine to succeed, there must be something to succeed against. If there is a heroine, there must also be a villain, or a villainess. However, the devil is in the details. All hope is not lost. Perhaps you can shine a light on what is wrong with this world. What is the balance between your sins and your glory? Trust your judgment, or be weighed as undeserving. Shall we remember the tale you have forgotten? Shall it end as it began? The story awaits. Once upon a time, there was a lovely heroine who wanted to be loved. Her golden locks and deep blue eyes showed that she was worthy of the kind of devotion that can only be found in dreams. Though she was but a commoner in a land of noble magicians, her power and beauty made her a flower rising out of the filth of her birth. All those who knew this heroine told her how special she was and that she was destined to find love with one as special as herself. Yet her beloved was engaged to a wicked noblewoman. Could the heroine capture her beloved's heart and win their happily ever after? First, the heroine had to overcome the most terrifying of opponents, her beloved's fiancé, the villainess. Does it feel as if you're getting nowhere? There are many stories, many truths in this world. This is the one you need to know now. Lady Jane Neville, who would have thought? Order. I will have order in this court. I am presiding over this trial, and I will have order. Lady Jane Neville, you stand accused of harassing a promising and productive citizen of the great kingdom of Sarcosa. Do you believe yourself to be above the law? Do you understand the seriousness of your situation? You have no defenders, there are no supporters to speak for you, and your own fiancé has... If I may interrupt. Not until the verdict is pronounced. This is an impartial court. Lady Jane must be sentenced to I insist. As the fiancé of Lady Jane Neville, I invoke my legal right to speak to her fate. Proceed. Does the court truly wish to make such a quick decision on her fate? To truly reflect on and understand her actions, she must be removed from this situation. I call for exile. Oh, everyone's decided upon exile. Order. I will have order. By his right in the laws of Sarcosa. Sarcosa sounds better. The fiancé of Lady Jane Neville has determined her sentence. Lady Jane Neville is hereby condemned to exile. So all this time, you were the one who planned this. My fiancé. My beloved. My betrayer. Exile, oh! Exile for one without support is the same as execute. How attached are you to your head, my lady? The cushion is talking. What in the name of ominous cushions was that? I think I just barely survived a potential murder attempt from my silent carriage driver. Was that murder attempt connected to my dream? My dream that I become the villainess in a terrible romance novel that I do not remember reading. That would explain why I am a rag-covered amnesiac who has a strong understanding of guillotines. Obviously, a brilliant woman like me would normally play the role of the heroine, but someone must have decided that the villainess could use my investigative genius. This all means that I am currently trapped in the body of Lady Jane Neville, a woman whose name has evil written right into it. So if I want to survive, I must use my investigative genius to determine who wants to get rid of Lady Jane. Is everybody an answer? Is everybody an answer? However, if that dream is true, then Lady Jane was mostly loathed by the heroine and Lady Jane's fiancé for being in the way of their romance. I call for exile. Based on that dream, Lady Jane's fiancé obviously wanted her to die miserably in exile, only to have his plans foiled by a patron who broke Lady Jane out of prison. It does not take an investigative genius to see that Lady Jane's fiancé will want her dead if she has somehow escaped exile. Who are these people? How could a high-ranking noblewoman like Lady Jane Neville be imprisoned for bullying in the first place? Who cares? The important thing is that I find a way to survive this bad romance, preferably by smothering all of these people with cushions, once I remember who they are. We're colluding with the cushions. Serene, I am serene. I am much smarter and better looking than any terrible writer of adulterous romances. I am now Lady Jane Neville, and I will stop any murderous fiancé with both subtlety and my knowledge of bad romance novels. I just need to get out of this carriage first. I did not mean that I wanted to leave that quickly. Frankly, I would be more eager to stop if I could actually tell where we are stopping. I assume that this is not another workers' revolt. Surely the driver cannot behave that suspiciously a second time. Ooh, I want to click that. Oh, no. I missed that last sentence. I guess I can't. I'm still going through story. I can't click on that. Am I meant to leave here? I have so enjoyed our conversations, Mr. Driver. I will miss them wherever it is I'm going. I cannot stay in the carriage forever. Let us hope the night holds something of use. We're heading out the door of destiny. It's a bit of an elongated introduction, especially since all we're doing is sort of interacting with ourselves, trying to piece together what is happening. I feel like it could be made a little bit shorter so that we can get to, like, meeting people and getting more pertinent details. I don't know. I wonder if this story is already finished being written, so... And most people will not read it out loud. Like, I'm making it longer because I'm reading it out loud. Most people will just go really fast, just read, you know, their mind's eye. Somehow this view is even less appealing than it was when I saw it through the window. Yeah, where are we? This is... Wait, are you planning to leave me here? Wherever here is? What am I meant to do now? Hope for enlightenment? Fine then, let there be light. I don't know if these are the lights that she was hoping for. Looks like Amityville Horror House or something. I don't know. It looks like a very ominous house. I'm excited. I like ominous houses. There's a raven. I like this. This might be my thumbnail right here. Well, that was not at all ominous. This place is not at all suspicious or murderous. What next? Will the dead now call for me? Come closer. The house is calling. Look at all of its eyes. Look at all those windows. first person we meet. This is one fancy place. Oh, he's smiling. He must be a nice man. Actually, he looks very suspicious. Ah, that is much better. I've been waiting for you, Lady Jane Neville. Welcome to the house. So that confirms that the dream was real. I am trapped in the body of a villainess with amazing hair and poor taste in men. It is reassuring to know that someone in this story is both polite and willing to not instantly murder me. Yet, if I'm currently this story's villainess, how much can I truly trust this person? I have 1,000 questions to go along with my new name, but I cannot afford to ask any questions unless I am very careful. I must be clever, calm, and in control. I must find the perfect way to respond to this servant's welcome. This is a lovely house. Do people often survive the night here? Yes, for certain definitions of survive. That is very comforting. If by comforting I mean afraid this is yet another person out to murder me for Lady Jane's past villainy, maybe I should see if I can subtly learn their identity. I assume we will be spending some time together. What should I call you that will not make you want to murder me? I am they who serves. I assume you do not want me to call for they who serves when I am trying to survive the night here. If you are unable to translate serve into a name, servant will serve both of us. Maybe clever is an impossible goal for me right now. So instead I should say something that sounds like I am a perfectly normal non-villainess who knows how to not be suspicious. If this person is dressed as a servant and I am supposed to be a noble lady, I should say, time is too important to rest. Waste. Am I allowed to rest? Time is too important to waste. Time is too important to waste. So far, I have not been murdered. I would like to continue surviving by asking smart questions and being led to a safe bed. I look forward to you providing me with both answers and pillows. I admire your commitment to knowledge and pillows. Of course, one of these things is more likely to strangle you in your sleep. My pillows will strangle me in my sleep? Not if you have sufficient knowledge. Then I will not let myself be defeated. I will find the information I need. I will spend all night grappling with it if necessary. No matter how hard, no matter how long, I will succeed. I believe in your stamina, my lady. Should you work up an appetite, I am happy to serve. After all, I admire someone who can handle difficulties that are both long and hard. I am unsure if you are just being mysterious or if you are trying to delay before we enter the manor. Time is a terrible thing to waste. Shall we proceed? Let us see this charming house. I hope that it and you will meet all my needs. I hope that we will both provide all that you desire. Welcome, Lady Jane. May you find what you seek. I don't know, I get the sense he's a ghost or something. He's like a manifestation of the house in human form after you. To keep her trapped forever. He's secretly the final boss. I don't know, I always get that idea. Now we are soon to really look around the house. Oh, it's so dark. It looks abandoned. I mean, from what little I can see, it's so dark at night. Well, that makes sense, though, for it to be dark at night. It's dynamic camera angle. She seems overwhelmed. I mean, I would be too. This sense of scale. Okay, so I don't know how long this demo is. I'm assuming that there's going to be enough extra content for a part 2. This has already gone on for quite a while. I guess I will give my thoughts so far. I still really enjoy the animations and the character designs, and I like the backdrops as well, and the kind of, like, we just saw the camera kind of moving in ways to give you an idea as to the scale of things. And I like the writing style. I like how it has a kind of comical element to it, even though this is going to be something of an intense story, I presume. And I haven't read very many villainess type stories, like in manga or anything really. So I'm kind of new to the idea. I know that there's a sort of parodic way to them. I like that this has, the gothic underpinning. Like this house is already. I'm already suspicious of the house. I'm suspicious of everyone, and I like that we get some backstory in the sense of, like, we know her name is Jane. At first it was Jane question mark, but now we know it's Jane, and like I'm curious about who her fiance was and what all happened there. There's already this idea that there is a larger story to uncover about our heroine's past and everything. And I'm curious about the 3 characters that we meet at the very beginning. It's, it's taking a while. It's taking some time to really get to them. Now, granted, these are meant to be read sort of as a book, and I'm narrating them as if it were an audiobook or something, like with my silliness. But definitely I would get a very different sense of this story from just reading it and kind of reading it fast. But even with that in mind, I do feel like the opening sequence is a little bit, I don't know, it's a little bit long for, just having just only our main character. I was already talking about that, but it's very important to meet the other characters as soon as possible in any visual novel, I feel. But it's forgivable here, definitely, because there's a lot going on in this game when it comes to a very interesting storyline. It's not just a retread of sort of typical ideas. It's different. It's a bit different, which I like. And high quality as well, very high quality. So I'm excited to see where this goes and what happens and what is left in this demo, as well as what is going to be available in the full game, because this has a Kickstarter. It has, there are a lot of plans, it looks like, to add tremendous new content to this, as well as making the final version really feature rich. I'm excited to see what the future of this game is going to be. You can see links in the description. I'll put as many as I can when it comes to just being able to connect with this game and see more about this visual novel and see more about what is going to happen with it. But thank you so much for being here, and thank you for watching. Thanks for everything. Long video. And just a part 1, because I am curious to meet the other characters and get a better feel for them in part 2 if they are available in the demo. Thanks. Bye.